Football players and students disappointed by the announcement and say Ed Reed was right.
The way a lot of us see it, he spoke up against what was wrong, and they got rid of him because of it.
Hail Wildcats. I'm Reggie Theus, your athletic director, and I'm standing in the middle of the renovated locker room that your donations had a lot to do with putting this together. I'm so proud of what we have accomplished in this locker room. We're already in the showers in the bathroom. We're already in the showers in the bathroom.
We're already in the showers in the bathrooms.
And we're going to go over to the Limeron building and put that together. It's going to be a complete football facility.
What do you mean by that?
And showing shit. I chose not to, but now I'm out here walking with the football team, picking up trash. But I'm mutting us. Man, get out of here, man. I should leave. I'm not even under contract doing this. I'm mutting us? Man, get out of here, man. They mutt me. These motherfuckers ain't even clean my goddamn office when I got here. I'm mutting y'all? Get your ass, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. All this shit here was trash in front of me. Who you think got this shit cleared out? That building right there got trash in it. It's fucking trash. What are you talking about? I need no goddamn donors to come out and help out, because people just want money. And no, I don't want to leave. And like I told you, I want all these recruits. But they got some corrupt people in this world, some evil people that don't care about kids like I do. So I want y'all to hear the truth from me. I ain't withdrawing my name. I got the receipts. They got all kinds of stuff going on around here. Hoarding these buildings with nothing but trash in them. You understand me? And Dion was right. And I know I'm right. And they got some people in here who be snitching to their ass.
This afternoon, protesting what they call poor living and campus conditions. The school recently announced it stopped contract negotiations with Ed Reed as head football coach.
The former NFL star posted on social media talking about the campus's conditions when he visited. News 6's Molly Reed was at the student protest today and shows what they want to see.
The students here at Bethune-Cookman say Ed Reed's video sparked the idea for the protest, but say they've been living in poor conditions for quite a few years. They say Ed brought that to a bigger stage.
You know, we voice concerns, we send emails all the time, no responses, so this is what it has come to.
Shouting the Board of Trustees has got to go. The BCU students listed out the problems around campus, many sharing videos and pictures that show mold in the dorm's walls and ceilings and on their belongings.
I paid thousands of dollars out of my pocket to be here, and it's not taken care of. The first couple months I was here, I literally was sick because of the mold.
The protest comes after former NFL player Ed Reed posted a video on social media.
But now,
After careful consideration, Ed Reed was 100% right in what he did. I know. It was abrasive, it was unprofessional, it was loud. Some may feel like it painted a negative light on HBCUs, and we'll get to that. But when it's all said and done, if you really just take a step back and really think about what happened, Ed Reed was right for doing what he did. So let's go back. And the reason why this is coming up is because I saw a video, I want to say less than 48 hours ago, where the athletic director at Bethune-Cookman was rolling out some press highlighting the new locker room. And I put that video at the beginning, as well as videos from Ed Reed, as well as a news report where they actually talked to students. And so when I saw this video of them rolling out the new locker room, a few things jumped out to me that got me going down a rabbit hole. My first thought was, okay, this is a decent locker room. This is a solid locker room. If I'm being 100% honest, though, that is a middle-of-the-road, CIAA, SEAC, Division II, HBCU locker room. Let's just be honest. There are several Division II, HBCUs in the CIAA, in the SEAC, that have a locker room that looks pretty much exactly like that. The only difference is the colors and the logos. And so that got me to thinking, if this is the locker room rollout for a Division I, that's a very important point, a Division I football program. What on earth did the locker room look like previously to this? That's what jumped out to me. If a Division I HBCU in the SWAC, and let's be real, due to a lot of the teams leaving the MEAC, we would have to say by default that the SWAC is the number one HBCU football conference, right? I mean, it has Jackson State, it has Grambling, it has Southern, it has FAMU. Like the list goes, like we got to be honest. I'm a MEAC guy because I'm from Maryland, more specifically Baltimore. So Morgan State was right down the street. Howard was right up the road. I know a whole lot of people that went to Morgan State and Howard. I myself still have a graduate program at Howard that I need to finish. So obviously, the MEAC is near and dear to my heart. But we have to be honest, at this point in time, the MEAC is a 6-team league. So you would have to, by default, say that the SWAC is the number one HBCU conference. So just think about this. The flag bearer for black college football has a team in it with facility. Like, it's hard to believe that this is the locker room that they rolled out with in 2024. Go online and look at FAMU's facilities. Look at Jackson State's facilities. Look at Alabama A&M's facilities. Look at Alabama State's facilities. Look at Grambling. Look pretty much everybody outside of Valley and UAPB. I mean, listen. And so once I saw that, I immediately thought back to the whole Ed Reed situation, and I went back and listened to what Ed Reed was saying. Because we got to be real. At the time, we're all team HBCU. Dion is gone. People kind of talk and think about HBCUs. We feel in a certain kind of way. Then come Ed Reed saying what he's saying. So a lot of people was just against it right off the rip because it seemed like he was attacking HBCUs and making us look bad. Let me just talk about that for a quick second. Matter of fact, we'll get to that. I went back and I listened to what Ed Reed was saying. And if you really listen to what he was saying and how he was saying it, Ed Reed was not lying. Ed Reed was telling the 100% truth. When he said, hey, there's trash everywhere, the campus is not clean, there's buildings full of trash, he wasn't lying. He was not lying. As a matter of fact, you look at one of the videos where he was addressing the players, and he said that he was not going to be the coach anymore. The players themselves said out of their own mouths, we were cleaning up trash. Some of the players were actually in tears after finding out that Ed Reed was not going to be there. And they said out of their own mouths, we have been cleaning up trash. Now listen, I'm not going into intent or who meant to do this or who meant to do that, because I don't know. But what I do know is multiple first-hand accounts have stated that the campus, more specifically the athletic facilities and buildings on campus, were not being maintained, were not even being cleaned. Multiple people have said that. Ed Reed, athletes, and students have all said that. Like, when I went back and I was listening to like Ed Reed's rant videos, because from the outside looking in, it seems like, oh man, this dude is unprofessional. He's unhinged, this, that, and the third. He's entitled because he's a Hall of Fame football player, and he thinks it's easy to jump to those conclusions. But when you go back and you think about it, and you really listen to what he said, what was going on was pretty wild. Let's just be honest about that. He said out of his own mouth, I went to my office and the office wasn't even clean. Do you know how wild that is? Do you know how crazy that is? Seriously. Think about this for a second, right? Think about this for a second. If you get a job at Taco Bell, when you go to Taco Bell for your new employee orientation, they give you a brand new hat, a brand new smock, 2 brand new t-shirts, a brand new name tag, a brand new employee handbook. And wherever you do your training at, it's all clean and cleaned up. And, they give a good impression when you first get there. When you work a job that gives you a desk or a little office or a little cubicle, when you get there, it's clean. Imagine going to your job on the first day and the trash can is full. It's grease all on the computer screen. The keyboard is sticky. An old soda can is on the desk. An old employee who was fired 6 months ago, his picture is still on the desk. Like, come on now. That would be wild for you to walk into a job on the first day and it's not even clean, your working space. So imagine here you are, you're Ed Reed, or just anybody. You're a brand new hired football coach. You're going to your office and it's not even clean. Then you start going around campus, looking at the facilities, the field. It's not clean. It's trash everywhere. Then you start going into buildings, and all the buildings is filled with trash. Like, what in the world is going on? So I think when you start to think about it from that perspective, it's like, hold on now. Ed Reed wasn't in the wrong. Whoever was in charge at the university of these things, they were in the wrong. Somebody was not doing their job, clearly. And let's take it a step further. Because if you listen to what Ed Reed was saying, he was even saying that I'm not even officially under contract yet. So before he even signed on the dotted line and had received a single dollar, he was up at the campus, talking to players, beating players, cleaning things up, straightening things up. And I know a lot of people are going to go to unprofessional and listen, I'm not going to say what he was doing was professional. I'm not going to say that at all. But what I will say is this. A lot of us would probably have the same reaction that Ed Reed had if you walked into a situation like that. Let's take it to another sport. Let's say you were hired to be a basketball coach. And you go to the locker room and the bathroom is dirty, the shower stinks, the toilet's got brown stuff around them, one of them is clogged up, one of them don't work, half of the lights don't work, the trash can is full, the lockers is rusty, a lot of them are broken off with no doors on it. Then you go to your office. It's a whole bunch of stuff just piled up in your office. They didn't even clean out the office. Then you go to the court and you look at the bleachers. There's all kinds of cups and trash and stuff on the bleachers. You would be like, what in the world is going on here? It's one thing to not have up-to-date facilities or have the best of the best facilities. It's another thing to not even keep the campus clean. I don't think I don't think a lot of us process that. It's one thing to not even clean. Right? Because you cannot have the money to buy this, to update that, to fix this, to do that can happen. But to not even be cleaning. You can tell by how Ed Reed was moving around and talking and how he developed a strong bond with those players that quickly, that he really cared and that he really wanted to do some stuff. And so from his perspective, he's probably thinking, hold on. These people are doing these kids dirty. These people don't care about these kids. Because once again, to not even clean is a whole nother level of dysfunction. You didn't even clean up. And so let's talk about he's making HBCUs look bad and talking. Listen. If Ed Reed hadn't said what he said, there probably would not have been the amount of changes that we've seen. Let's just be honest. Because prior to him saying what he said, they hadn't done it, had they? Think about it. If it's trash everywhere and they hadn't cleaned it up, more than likely they did not have any intentions of cleaning it up. Because it don't cost that much money to clean. Once again, renovations and building this and building that, okay. But it don't cost a whole lot of money to clean. You can take a few $1,000s and clean the campus. And disinfect. And paint walls. And fix lights. So that way, hey, what we have, it ain't that much, but it's clean. The fact that the campus was not even clean. I don't know how you hear that our HBCU students, our student athletes, are in a filthy environment, and somehow the guy that points it out is the bad guy and not the people who created the situation. Once again, players out of their own mouths said we were picking up trash. When you see something that egregious, you're supposed to speak up. And once again, we heard in the clip, the students said, we're glad Ed Reed said something. We have been suffering in silence. There's mold, people getting sick, people coughing. The living conditions in the dorms are terrible. So if everybody that's actually living on the campus, playing the sports and paying the money is saying, no, what Ed Reed is saying is 100% right, and we're glad he said it, how are we going to turn around and be like, man, Ed Reed wrong? No, the school was wrong for doing them kids like that. That's who was wrong. And go back to the video. Listen again to what he said. I'm going to paraphrase. We finally have us a middle-of-the-road CIAA Division II locker room. And we're going to work on the showers in the bathroom. Hold on. So you got to listen when people talk. So what on earth was the shower and bathroom situation like prior to now? At once again, a Division I football program in the number one black conference. So when you say Ed Reed was making HBCUs look bad, trust me, no, he did not. And let me explain it to you. You don't think former coaches, former players, former people that work there in different capacities, high school coaches from the area, other people who had been there on visits, the friends and family of those who worked there or went there or played there, you don't think that they talked to people about what they seen or what they witnessed or what they went through? Of course they did. You don't think there was coaches silently talking about, hey, you don't want to go to Bethune-Cookman. Don't send your kid here. You don't think there was former guys saying, hey man, don't go there. Don't do that. You don't want. Of course people were talking. Like, let's just be real. People were talking. You don't walk into a situation like that and see stuff like that and live through like that and experience like that and not tell people about it. So a lot of people already knew, which is why a lot of people were staying away from the program, which is why athletically they were struggling. Because you couldn't get the recruits because the word was out. But them continuing on how things were going, that's what would have made the school look bad. As a matter of fact, let's just keep it real. Them continuing on how they were going on was not only going to have a negative impact on the reputation of the school, it was going to have a negative blowback on the SWAC and HBCUs overall. Kids sharing helmets, people look at that and say, oh, that's an HBCU thing. So nobody was hurting the reputation of HBCUs in this situation more than the school itself. So Ed Reed was not wrong. The school was wrong and apparently had been wrong for many years. Let's just keep it all the way real. But let me know what you think about it.